What's up, everybody? It's your favorite comparisons, favorite nerd. Today we are going to compare the old Skywarp, which was from Walmart. I think it was a Walmart exclusive masterpiece, to the updated MP-11 Skywarp. We're going to take a look at it all. It'll be a little different. We're not going to show the transformation. It's been done 1,000 times. There's 1,000 different places to see it if you want to see it. It just seems like it would just slow things down. Accessory-wise, I don't know if I have all the older accessories from my old one. If I do, they're scattered across, but I believe they both came with a Dr. Arkville. I just can't remember which like they all came with this originally, so I can't be 100% sure. But this one was single white cast with some peach paint on the face, and the one that came with the new Skywarp is it looks like a black cast with white glossy paint on the coat, and then they didn't paint the face, which still seems like a bizarre choice. He came with the Maketoys handgun, and I can't remember whether he did or not, but I want to say that he did. I just can't be sure. And this one came with, ta-da, a stand. This is Starscream, so I got to put my fingers on his. I think it did anyway, because I can't locate it, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his came with the stand as well. It just said Skywarp across the front. And if it did, awesome, because I love a stand, and if it did not, well then disregard, because I just can't recall. But yeah, these were the stands, and they were nice. Now, they also came. He came with the alternate weapons. These 2 units back here. He did not. And on top of that, he was $100 and he was $200. And I got to tell you, that hurts. And we'll talk a little bit about that at the end. But let's go head to toe just paint. As you can see, we got silver paint up here and the red bits done in there. No red bits done in there. This is more cartoon accurate. Head sculpt, we got the eyes that are yellow up in there, and then we got the eyes that are red up in young. And I believe this was cartoon accurate, and that's toy accurate, and if you know me, you know I prefer cartoon accuracy, so there you are. We also have these bits of kibble that hung off the back on him, if you recall, and they are no longer needed on him. We've got some silver paint up in there, no silver paint up in there. We got a purple trim on the bit of business here, no purple trim there. The mold is slightly different here than it is there. This is a little bit more defined. This just has the panel line that runs through the middle. As far as the pelvis, this all matches. Different sculpt here. This does not. I don't know why this wasn't given the same treatment this was. That's pretty disappointing. It kind of throws the whole thing off for me. I mean, not that I don't like this, I do, but it's just like, really? Like, it just seems like a bizarre choice. As far as the shoulders, same sculpt, but we got much more paint going on here. The purple is more cartoon accurate, and we have the stripes and bits. So that's a nice bit of business. This weapon is a single cast, black. This is a single cast with purple with the silver paint application on it, which is nice. Moving on to the forearms, we got a brighter purple, which I think looks better, and the silver stripes, which to me, take or leave. Hands seem to be pretty much the same. Wings, we got the more cartoon accurate purple silver, and then we got a whole lot of paint application on the wings over here. Well, purple silver, and then silver's on both sides. So it's actually silver purple silver, and this is just purple silver. This black over here in general is an all matte. This is matte with a glossy biceps, and then this bit on the knees. I like the bit on the knees, but the glossy biceps seems a little bizarre to me, but whatever. Small issue. Paint on the wings, we got some yellow on both. Mine has a little bit of chip there, which is unfortunate. I'll probably have to touch that up. And then we have the red marker light there and the green marker light over there. Same amount of application, just done differently. The overall proportions of the head are better on this one. Like, these bits are spring activated like the modern Secret mold, and that one is not. And then leg wise down here for the calves, we have These bigger purple bits here, which look nicer, and then the purple with the silver boots, and over here is just the silver boots, which I don't think looks as good. We also have the heel spurs now, and no heel spurs over there, which makes this guy fairly difficult to stand at times. And then we don't have the obvious two huge kibble flaps there. And then for the back, same general bit of business. Angle him a little bit. More paint applications here, but it's less accurate. And this has the tips of the marker lights here painted. This does not. And this has you know, much more cartoon accurate. And for some reason, parts of this are panel line, which is the only thing they panel lined on here, which seems slightly bizarre, but you know, I'm okay with it. And that's pretty much standard issue otherwise, with the exception of the heel spur that we've already talked about. And these, which I think are more effective on him, mine, like, it's one of these has a tendency to pop off. I guess it's that one, that's why it's angled, whereas this one, let's see, that one's better. This one I'll just show you for the sake of showing you if it'll work or not work, depending on how you look at it. See? Pops back on, no problem, but just, you know, kind of obnoxious. Let's talk about articulation. So the older one, head is on a ball joint placed at the back, which gets you a lot of up and around. This face also spins, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, it does. And what else? Shoulders are on a universal joint, soft ratchets going up and down, nothing going this way. Bicep swivel. These are on the peg so they can swivel a bit. You also got this black bit of business here, which you don't have on the new one. Double jointed elbow, getting you just about everything you could want. Inside here we got the index finger is on a ball joint at the bottom with a stress mark, a significant stress mark in there. And I've never really messed with this guy. I just took the rubber bands off him really today. And this is on a ball joint here as well. Single hinge at the first knuckle. The other fingers are connected with a ball joint at the base. Single hinge on all those knuckles as well. Standard issue over here. Got a little bit of a waist swivel going on. Hips are on ratcheted universals, both front and out, so that's nice. You get to about there. And about there back, and going out to the side, you start getting hindered because of these pieces here. You can get them out of the way, and let's see if we can't. No, pretty much hindered. Knees, single joint, getting you just shy of 90 degrees, but close enough. And then you got a ankle tilt kind of here. Isn't really affected because there's no heel spur, and then you got this bit of business to kind of secure them. But if you have this mold, you know that it is often a bother. And then the wings, you can get out of the way a bit as well, which is nice. So yeah, you see, it can be challenging to get this guy in a decent pose because of those feet. This guy, head is on a ball joint. It doesn't get you as much up because the head sculpt has got more to it. So you don't get as much up, but you get as much as you would need. And then the head goes down as well. Everything else isn't really an issue. Shoulders are on soft ratchets. Same. Bicep swivel. Elbows the same. All this bit of business is the same as well. As far as the waist swivel is pretty much the same. Identical. Down here you get a lot further out. Oh, you know what? Let's see that actually, because I'm not sure if it's that much further. Yeah, so it is significant. So you got this and that. So it is significant. Tight ratcheted knee there. And this is a soft ratchet forward and back now, and a hard ratchet out. So just take note of that. And ankles that swivel, so you lose the rocker, but you do have a heel spur. So he stands a lot more securely, but you do lose a little bit of the aesthetic. Not much though. You know, like that's not bad. This is what you try to avoid, right? When a pose is that little bit of triangle gap, but it's not really hateful on him. So there they both are side by side, and then we'll look at both individually. So here is the one that I got from Walmart, the Hasbro one, and as you can see, the purple is a little muted. It has some metallic flecks in it and stuff, but it's a little muted. The silver lines are, I mean, it's nice paint, it's nicely done, but it's not really accurate to the show. Same here. This purple's a little muted as well. And let's see what else. We got these little hollowness in there, which we don't have on the other. These are black where they should be purple. That bit of business in there is painted. This is painted over here. Cockpit opens, and you can put your little fella in there. And then this bit of business opens up and gives you this, you know, which I know is like, you know, accurate to real jets or whatever, I believe. But I mean, I never had much use for it. These articulate on a ball joint, both of those. This is is it a jet brake or air brake or whatever, and that's on this piston there, and this opens up, but this just has, this reveals this painted underneath. It doesn't come out for a spur. And let's see. This, I do like this, I think, better. Like, it's very clean here, this angle. And mine, you can see, is even, like, not transformed perfectly or all that would line up, but it's very clean. And I do like that. The problem is that in robot mode, then you get this big, huge piece of kibble there, and then this piece, which no one really knows what to do with. Also, this is painted on the gun. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. This is silver. I think I said it was all black, but it's not. These articulate. But this one, well, it's not, this one will just come off if on mine. These all articulate here as well on these hinges. So you got that. And that's pretty much it. This is awfully cloudy on this one. Just pointing that out. Here is the MP-11 one. The purple is much more accurate. The Decepticon symbols are much more vibrant. It has the purple bits here with no hollowness. This doesn't clean up as well on the side, but it does look more show accurate. Oh, this has it too. So there you go, and it's painted. And I don't know. That's kind of a waste to me. But if it does it for somebody, then more power to them. And what else do we have? All the articulation in the wings and all this stuff is the same. This canopy is a lot clearer. And the seat's painted inside. I don't know if the other one is or not. The other one is not. So that seat is painted inside. And I do have, like, can you see that? There is some, like, splotchiness there in the paint, which is unfortunate. Luckily, he's going to be in robot mode, so I won't have to worry about it. I'll keep the other one in jet mode. But yeah, it's just an overall cleaner, more vibrant looking piece. You know, I have to say. And also, because of the differences, like this bit of business that's not there now, and the way this moves, and, you know, with the exception of these missiles, which we'll talk about, but like the transformation on this one is a lot smoother for me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but the other thing is that, you know, this now, it doesn't parts form, which, you know, that's great for all the people that hate parts forming and it really grinds their gears. It doesn't necessarily bother me, parts forming, but it's all included in the transformation now, which does make it clunkier than it needs to be. But there you go. And now you have all this hollowness there, but, you know, it's on the inside, so you don't really see it that often. This also has the this bit of business. I'm just not sure if I mentioned it. So it has that as well. And then, you know, these lift up as well. If I can get old sausage fingers in there. And they're much more vibrantly painted. And they actually have a purpose. So that's nice. This here, Decepticon symbol on the front, for me that just sells it. I love that. I hate that the other one doesn't have that. Real quick, I didn't mention that I'm sure you guys know, but you know, it has these landing gear down there, and they flip up, and then this one flips out. So now, to me, obviously the difference seem huge, but they're not as noticeable in this mode as they are in robot mode. And you know, my wife gives me a hard time when I buy multiple versions of the same mold or same character. Oh, well, well, well.
What? They're all totally different.
Oh, obviously. And there they all are together. You know, it's crazy, like, doing all this, like, just how much of this transformation, like, still kind of follows through in all of them. I mean, obviously it's evolved and it's become more complex, but, like, the nuts and bolts of it are kind of still the same. I guess if it ain't broke, you know. So this is my collection of Skywarps. This is my G1 Skywarp. You can tell he's G1. Look how chewed up the stickers are on him. And I think I've been actually literally chewing on this canopy as a young fella, and I'm pretty sure I chewed on the tip. Yeah, I definitely chewed on it. I always chewed on these bits. That's my classic Skywarp, and then the MP-03 molded Skywarp, and then the MP-11 molded Skywarp. And you know, you can tell an evolution there. So final thoughts, here it is. This guy's obviously better. You know he's better. We all know he's better than this guy. It's obvious. Now, is he twice as good? That I don't know. That's a harder one to sell, because this guy was $100 at Walmart. Now, this isn't the Takara one. If you got the Takara one, you probably have better luck getting rid of him on the aftermarket. You probably fetch a higher dollar for him. You probably paid a higher dollar for him. But I'm not sure if this guy is twice as good as this guy. I got him for $100. I got him for $200, and I'm not sure if that's justified. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm a Seeker nut. I'm a Seeker fanboy. I knew I was going to have him. I knew it. I tried to get out of the way of that train for so long, but in my heart of hearts, I knew it had to happen. And if you're a Seeker fanboy, you know what it means to have them all looking identical, just in terms of mold and sculpt, when they're standing together. And when I had Thundercracker, I knew it had to happen. But Masterpiece Skywarp, or Skywarp the character, is not Soundwave. He's not a top-shelf character. He's not one of the most popular characters in the game. So I would say it depends on how important this character is to you and how important the Seekers are to you. To me, they're pretty important. But to you, they may not be. And if they aren't, I'm not sure if it's worth going and tossing out $200 for this. I'm just not sold on that. And he doesn't even come with the stand, which is a heartbreaker for me. And it's heartbreaking especially because you know they've got their money's worth out of this. With Takara Sunstorm, with Hasbro Sunstorm, with Hasbro Acid Storm, with Hasbro Thundercracker, with Takara Starscream. You know the money has been made. So why is Masterpiece Prime re-release from Takara less than this? That doesn't add up to me. Now, if you're a Seeker nut like I am, then you probably already made your decision. You probably already have this guy. But if you're not, you might want to think long and hard about it. It is $200. But it's not going to get any cheaper. We know how Masterpiece go. So I hope I was able to help shed some light on this, maybe help make you your decision a little bit easier. And if not, I'm sorry. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.